All right, so I'm going to try to start us off with the drier stuff around law, what's changing, how does it even apply to crypto. Then we're going to move on to some more practical tips and things these experts are seeing. So the driest question I could come up with that I understood, there's a lot of buzz in the crypto space and in the Australian legal landscape about new laws coming out or at least being talked about and considered. It's slow, but being considered in the financial services space. I don't really hear about that for tax. Is that because I'm not paying attention, because it's boring, or is it because there's way less reform going on? Who wants it? Harry wants it. Yeah. Rant time.
Yeah, I feel pretty left out because the financial services lawyers get all this cool new licensing stuff and is it a security? There's currently no tax legislation planned for crypto tax. There's no further guidance planned as far as I'm aware. If someone has any other information, let me know, but there's nothing published that they're doing anything. There's no further web guidance planned. The web guidance we've got already sucks. The only legal change that I have seen related to this is the crypto asset reporting framework. And this is an interactive part. Do people know what the CRS is? People heard of that? Yeah. I had one guy nod. He's a lawyer, he doesn't count. The CRS is where they report international bank accounts cross-border to your home country to prevent tax evasion. The crypto asset reporting framework is starting in 2026, I believe, and they've got a consultation on implementing that, which is about reporting accounts that hold crypto or crypto exchanges will be reported to your home country. So if you're an Australian citizen and you open one up in Lithuania, they'll report it to Australia under the crypto asset reporting framework. That's the basics of it. That's the only change I can think of. Please, someone tell me I'm wrong.
I think Harrison has written on many an occasion that the guidance that's coming out from the ATO is non-binding and it might as well be toilet paper.
And there was a case said that the other day. Someone tried to rely on the web guidance and they said, no, that's silly. So it's been confirmed.
Yeah, it's good. Good times. And I mean, a lot of us on this panel as well have been part of tax working groups. We've worked with the blockchain industry peak body, Blockchain Australia, or now DECA. They had a seat at the table. The ATO were present, but I think the lights were on and no one was home. There's not a whole lot of responses coming from the ATO. They're not keen on working with industry to provide any sound guidance for us. So we do continue to live in this world of either regulatory uncertainty or regulatory arbitrage, depending on which way you look at it.
Yeah, the government doesn't have appetite to make changes, and changes in Australia takes years. So to change tax law takes absolutely years. We only have seen once for COVID, the changes were pushed overnight, and there was a good reason. So they had the good reason. With crypto assets, Australian government doesn't have appetite yet. I think they're watching what's going on in the US, and that's going to be our copy-paste influence, because yeah, we don't want to be behind, but we are behind. And I think that the US market will be dictating how quickly Australian politicians will be interested to make a change here. And as you know, to change a law requires lobbying and politicians to be involved, unfortunately, and that takes years. So with the ATO, we've seen that they do audits, but it's not like systematic. So it's more, they would be interested to know that you are declaring. So if you are making large gains and not declaring, they will find you and they will be absolutely interested to clarify that with you.
Maybe starting from the end. What's still not clear?
I guess the biggest thing is most prevalent in smart contract platforms like Ethereum, Solana, a lot of these layer 2 blockchains, the movement of assets between blockchains, what we know is bridging. A lot of people will think, yeah, that's just moving one asset from one place to another, kind of like moving a house from one block of dirt to another. That's not a CGT event, but the tax office in its current understanding of the rules thinks that assets moving from one blockchain to another is a CGT event. Same again for wrapping and unwrapping native tokens so that they can be used within smart contract interactions. Taxman thinks that's a taxable event as well. Yeah, there's a fair few of those. The thing I found most interesting recently in the SMSF space is Section 67 of the SIS Act prohibits trustees from borrowing money in their SMSFs. Hint, money, not crypto assets. The tax office has specifically said that crypto is not currency, it is a CGT asset, so there are loopholes starting to form in the legislation that aren't being picked up by the tax office, and I think that means, again, is it uncertainty, is it arbitrage, are people going to make a move on this kind of thing and exploit it? There's opportunities out there, well, I say opportunities, but yeah, there's opportunities there to exploit uncertainty, and I think one of Harrison's associates at Cadena, Damien, he's actually trying to pose the question of whether Bitcoin is actually property. If it's declared not property, then really it shouldn't be getting taxed. That could be